Hi guys, this is the second time I've had to try and do this video now. Between my camera keeps unfocusing and my son keeps waking up, it's just like but we'll try again. So this is my first official video. I've never done this before, but I've always wanted to, so I thought screw it, I'll give it a go. I'm just gonna dive right in. So you're just gonna have to bear with me. Yeah, this is all really new and weird, and I feel really strange talking to a camera, but I guess I'm just gonna have to get used to it if this is what I want to do. So I'm gonna just start off with my pregnancy story, just because I feel it's a good place to start. So yeah, basically, to be completely blunt, Mason was never planned. He was a complete surprise to both parties, obviously, and he decided to show up right in the middle of all of my plans, and it just completely changed my life, completely changed the path my life was going, and yeah, it's been an adventure to say the least. So his dad and I hooked up at a party. It's the bluntest way I can put it, and it's just that's it really. There was no fancy date, or we didn't see each other for a little while. We just kind of hooked up at a party and didn't really speak after that, to be honest. And I didn't even know that I was pregnant in the beginning, to be honest. It was only one of my work colleagues that kind of pointed it out, because I was having a mad one at work. There was so much going on, it was so stressful. I was working split shifts, and so I was exhausted, and there was new people coming in, so they had to be trained, and it was just a nightmare, to be frank. And it was only when she said, you haven't been on lately, because she and I were kind of like in sync, because we're weird like that. But yeah, and she was like, you haven't been on? And I was like, oh, just put it down to stress and yada yada, as you do, because the last thing you think is that you're going to be pregnant. So I just kind of put it off, and then it just kind of niggled in my head, as little thoughts do, and I just thought, you know what, just play it safe, go and take a test. So I took a test, and it came out with the strongest lines ever, and I was just like, nope, it's faulty, nope, I don't believe it. So I did about 10, 11 tests in total. Yeah. Yeah, I did about that. I did quite a few. And even then it didn't really sink in. All I could think was, oh my god, what am I going to do? I'd actually planned to start university that fall, and I had no idea, because I just thought, you know what, I'm going to go to uni, I'm going to do something that I love, and I'm going to get a job from it. I'm not going to be kind of stuck in this rut. And being pregnant completely changed my outlook on that and where it was going to take me, because all I could think was, how the hell am I going to have a baby and balance uni? I couldn't figure it out in my head. So I kind of put it off for a week or so, and I ended up breaking down at work about it, and I hadn't told anyone by this point, and my boss kind of turned around to me and goes, Laura, you need to tell someone, you need to tell the father, you need to tell your parents, and just the normal people you would tell, obviously. So I thought, you know what, I'll go to the doctor and I will see what they say, and then I'll speak to Mason's dad, Jack. So yeah, I went to the doctors, did another test just because I was a little bit paranoid and I just needed that kind of ultimate proof because 11 tests were clearly not enough. And yeah, it came up positive, and she kind of prodded at me and then said, go to a scan in a few weeks and yeah, you're pregnant pretty much. Blah blah blah, you need to take some supplements and all the normal things doctors tell you when you find out you're going to have a baby. So I then called Jack on my way back from the doctors, and I just asked him if he would be around at some point to kind of speak face to face. Now he's in the army and he was away at the time, and I asked when he'd be back, and at this time we hadn't spoken since we hooked up, so it was a bit kind of hit and miss. And I ended up telling him on Messenger because yeah, he got it out of me on Messenger. I didn't really want it to go that way, but in hindsight I'm kind of glad because I was terrified of telling him. But yeah, I told him, and then it turns out he had an exam, so he was kind of thinking about that the whole time. So I feel a little bit bad, but I was kind of freaking out on my end too. But yeah, and we spoke about it more and more over the coming weeks. He called me a few times about it, and yeah, it was hit and miss a couple of times, and we fell out a few times for a little while just before I moved to uni. And when I moved to uni, it was so daunting because here I am at this whole new experience and this whole new adventure, and I can't do half the things normal students can do because I'm pregnant, and I didn't want to tell people I was pregnant. I was really secretive about it. I didn't tell very many people. I didn't even tell my parents until probably a few weeks before I was going to uni. So yeah, I kept it really close to my chest. And I just felt that when you're at uni, you're there to make friends for life sort of thing, isn't it? That's what they say. And first thing you want to say to someone when you're trying to make friends is, hi, I'm pregnant, nice to meet you. No, that's just, no, I couldn't think of anything worse. And so I decided not to say anything and just pretend that I didn't drink, which is kind of hilarious coming from me because I drink quite a bit. I like to drink, and so saying that, it just felt wrong coming out of my mouth. But they all bought it, and I ended up continuing to speak to Jack throughout kind of my first few weeks and stuff, and he actually showed up at my dorm after kind of saying, oh, I'll come up for one weekend, and I didn't believe him at the time, but he did, and here we are, almost, what, a year and no, it's more than a year and a half now. It's definitely more than a year and a half. But yeah, we're actually together, and Mason's now 1, and it's been a crazy experience, but I don't think I'd change it. No, I wouldn't change it. It's been an adventure, and it will continue to be an adventure. But it was strange, very strange, and I know it's pretty unusual to kind of sleep with a guy, kind of call it a one-night stand, and then end up with him as your boyfriend, and yeah, playing daddy to, well, not really playing daddy because he is daddy, but you know what I mean. So yeah, it's been interesting to say the least. And I've virtually finished my second year in uni, and I have one more year to go. One more crazy year, and then I'm done. So yeah, that's my pregnancy story. I'm kind of going blank on what to say because, yeah, again, this is my first time doing this. So again, please bear with me. I will get better. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like and subscribe. That would be awesome. And I will bring more videos. I promise they will be better. I promise. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.